seeing some relief as well. Things starting to move there. Where things are not moving, unfortunately, is on the way out towards the airport. So just as you get past Ellerslie Road, the slowdown is already starting, and that is due to a collision involving a semi that was carrying some vehicles. And it's right by Gateway Park there, just before 41st Avenue. So it is looking like things are really starting to back up, really starting to slow down. And so if you are on the Henday or coming through the city and heading south, you may want to look at some alternatives because that may take some time to clear up. But I'm not sure if all lanes are blocked or one lane is open or anything like that. Just getting a few details about that now. But that is certainly going to have an impact on people's schedule here this afternoon as you head south out of the city. So that is just south of Ellerslie Road, just right by Gateway Park, a collision there involving a large semi, and it was hauling some vehicles. So a lot of debris on the road, so be careful getting through there.
Thanks, Min. Announced that the Beatles will be releasing one final new song with the late John Lennon's voice resurrected through the magic of AI. Here to discuss the potential implications for this, our pop culture columnist, Rad Simon Pillay. Hi, Rad.
Hi.
So tell us about this new song from the Beatles. What do we know about that?
Well, so according to Sir Paul McCartney, they just finished up this record. He was telling the BBC radio show Best of Today to expect this song this year. And what they did was they used AI to extricate John Lennon's voice from some cassette tape demo and used it to mix it into this new polished record. So basically the AI was able to separate Lennon's voice from all the other noise on the track. And the BBC, they're hypothesizing that the demo in question is probably this 1978 song called Now and Then, which is on a cassette that Lennon had left for and labeled for Paul. And the reason they were never able to resurrect that song before is because the audio quality was so bad on this cassette. But now we have AI, and it was able to isolate and enhance Lennon's voice, or as McCartney says, purify it. And that is making way for new Beatles music coming out 60 years after their debut album.
Is this not just essentially sampling them?
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely is sampling, especially since, like, when you look at it, it's okay, well, this is music that's given to Paul McCartney by John Lennon, handed over by Yoko Ono. So it is sampling, and I don't see how, in this scenario, it's any different from all the sampling we get from, in the music industry in general. Like, all music now seems to be sampled from, like, this, that, and whatever. And in fact, I was thinking about the Drake song, his 2021 song, Champagne Poetry. Have a listen to this song. So now, Jess, I know you're a huge Drake fan, but so that song, Champagne Poetry, do you have any idea who that is? The voice professing "I love you" is?
No.
That's Paul McCartney.
What?
Yeah, have a listen.
I love you, I love you, I love you. That's all I want to say.
So Drake sampled McCartney's voice on the song Michelle, but then chopped and screwed it in a way that is pretty much unrecognizable, right? So we're talking about sampling and what people do with people's voices, with synthesizers and all that, where artists are borrowing people's voices or lines or their musical interpolations and doing with it whatever they will, using whatever tech. It's such a norm. We've gone so far with that, and I guess the thing that you could sometimes raise objection to is sometimes they don't necessarily ask the original artist for permission, but so long as they clear the rights and pay for it, it seems to be all good in this industry, right? As far as the precedents we've already set.
Do you think, though, this is the start of a kind of a slippery slope?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like skiing down Jasper, when you're not carving the snow and stuff, right? Like, look, like in this situation, we're seeing them use AI to isolate and enhance the late John Lennon's voice, and that's fine, right? I mean, we're like, oh, that's cool. But what about when they use AI to sample an artist's voice without the artist's permission and to make something that the artist had no intention of making? I mean, have a listen to this.
I came in with my ex, like Celine, not a flex, something just to me about a favor and left, she knows what she need, I need her, she blessed, give it to my best, got my heart.
So, sounds like Drake, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you've been following the headlines last couple of months, you'll know that that is actually an AI sampling Drake's voice along with The Weeknd's voice for some duet that they never made called "Heart on My Sleeve," and that song went viral. It went viral online before Universal Music Group invoked like a copyright restriction to get it pulled, and of course, so that sent shudders through the industry because like, and an artist's voice now can be stolen to make whatever song people with these AI powers want, and not only that. Now an artist's likeness can be stolen too, right? To make whatever music video someone wielding AI wants to make, right? Because the thing I'm thinking of, like, you remember last summer or last spring when Kendrick Lamar made the video for The Heart Part 5 using deepfake technology to change his face. He changed his face to like O.J. Simpson and then Kanye West and Will Smith. And so you see, like, you know, those guys rapping Kendrick's lines. Kendrick did that for the art. I love that video. I think most people love that video. It was celebrated. The song ended up winning a Grammy. But I don't think OJ, Kanye, or Will Smith saw that coming. So, yeah, so boundaries are being crossed, I think, and I think some of us have been too mystified by what the technology is capable of, or we're just loving the fun way some of our favorite artists are using it, that we're at the point where we're ignoring the threat that is right in front of us.
Well, thank you for pointing out that it is a threat out there in the industry. Thanks for this, Rad.
Thanks for having me.
Rad Simon Pillay is our pop culture columnist. Well, today on the show, because Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, we've been talking about our favorite dad dishes. And Steve sent this one in. My dad made the best split pea soup from scratch, boiling pork hocks for half a day to make the broth. He made lots of other soups too, but the split pea was legendary. Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, I don't mind a good split pea soup for sure.
Felix had mentioned that his dad really good at making sushi, and that's been something I've been trying to... Well, my partner has been trying to do locally, so we've been talking about where we're gonna go get the fish. He keeps talking about, oh, I need, maybe I'll indulge and get the special Japanese knives for that. So, yeah, I don't know.
I know a good spot.
Oh, okay.
Might have, you know.
Thank you so much for sharing your stories, by the way, of your dad dishes. I can't get over the fact that you were talking about guanciale.
Oh my God.
It's just
and unreachable spaces. Well, Reface Magic to the rescue. They redesigned our pantry with rotating shelves for full access, plus adjustable shelves that can be moved based on our needs. Discover the unique ways Reface Magic can transform your space with a free in-home consultation. Family owned and operated for over 20 years. Visit refacemagic.ca.
Still need a gift for Dad? Don't worry, we've got what he wants at the Deals for Dad sale. This weekend only at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Enhance his hunt with up to $150 off select Vortex binoculars and rifle scopes. Or deck out Dad's campsite with 20% off Cabela's Black Camp furniture. Plus, you can find more great gift ideas online with gifts under $100, $50, and even $25. Get him a great gift from the Deals for Dad sale this weekend only at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.
This is the Crystal Glass Sports Desk on 630 CHED.
For all your glass needs, visit crystalglass.ca. Brendan Escott back once again for another look at sports and a look ahead at the Elks game tomorrow.
No changes to the roster at all. That's really the biggest storyline for this week. How often do you have a professional football team that's got all of the same guys? Nobody got hurt. Nobody performance-wise needed to get pulled. Instead, you've got Chris Jones rolling out with some continuity, and that was something that they did not have at all from week to week last year. It's a big difference for Taylor Cornelius. He says he quite likes that.
Yeah, consistency is huge, just from a chemistry standpoint, and the continuity with the guys out there on the field. That's the biggest thing. Getting to develop that relationship on the field. Knowing timing, game speed reps, and things like that.
The other storyline here, as we sort of touched on yesterday, is that Lucius Purifoy, now of the Elks, is going back to play his old team, the team that unceremoniously cut him, the BC Lions, and he was short of words, I would suggest, when talking to me yesterday, but the value of Purifoy is not lost on Chris Jones.
Yeah, I mean, Lucius is a very violent player. You know, he's a very fiery personality. I mean, you know, we've bumped head at times, you know, but he, you know, on game day, you know.
Chad.